Hello there, welcome back to our YouTube channel CADCAMSTER. Today we will design this rolling slider mechanism in Solidworks 2018. We will design each and every part separately, and then at last we will assemble it and do the motion analysis. As you can see here, the rotary motion or rolling motion is converted into the sliding motion or linear acceleration. Now we will design each and every part. These parts are very basic level, so watch this video from start to end so that you get a knowledge on how to create these type of mechanisms. And I'm going to use this 2D drawing in order to create this part. And you can see here all the dimensions I have mentioned are in millimeters, and these are pretty much basic parts. So before getting started, if you haven't subscribed our YouTube channel, subscribe our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any updates. Now moving on to the part, let me pause this. It consists several parts. Part number 1 is this box, and part number 2 is this base, part number 3 is this part, and part number 4 is this rod, part number 5 is the slider body, and part number 6 is these tires or circular plates which acts as a tire here. Now first I will design this part number 1, and then we will move to the part number 2 and so on. So let me exit this. Now go to file, select here new, click here part and OK. Make sure you check here millimeter gram second. Now let me switch to plain white. Now this plain white. Now I am going to design our first part, which is this box with circular cutout of dia 20 millimeters. First I will create a rectangle. This is the thickness. Now select here front plane, select here normal to. Now click here sketch, select here center rectangle and create a rectangle. Now go to smart dimensions. The dimensions are 40:40. It's a square, so enter this, select this line, edge, enter the value of 40 millimeters, select this edge, enter the value of 40 millimeters. Now go to circle command and create a circle of dia 20 millimeters at the mid where two diagonals meet. Now snap this point and create a circle. Now go to smart dimension, select this circle and enter the value of 20 millimeters. Now we will extrude it up to a thickness of 30 millimeters. Go to features, select here extrude boss base and enter the value of 30 millimeters. Select here mid plane. Now click here OK. Now we have created our first part. In the next video we will create, in the next step we will create our part number 2. Now we will create this second part. The second part is the base. In this step we will create this part with the help of this particular drawing. Now you can see this is, first I will create this section, then I will extrude it about 450 millimeters. So let me exit this, go to file, select here new, select part, click here OK. Now let me switch to plain white. Make sure you are working under MMGS. Now select here sketch, select here front plane to sketch. Now first I will create one center line up to 76 millimeters. Select this point, create a center line. Now go to Smart Dimension, select this line and enter the value of 76 millimeters. I have created this line because you can see from the drawing these two sections are symmetric about this middle axis, which is vertical and imaginary. So I will create one half profile and the other half I will mirror it. So let me select here line command again. You can see. Now select this point. Now move vertical up to this 76 millimeters. Now up to here, downward, little bit inward. Now downward again to here. Now I will assign some dimensions. Go to Smart Dimensions. This one is 40 millimeters. Enter the value of 40 millimeters. Sorry, let me drag this like this. Now this whole distance from here to here, it is 76 millimeters, which is kind of defined because it is up to this height. Now I will add some thickness. This thickness is here 8 millimeters. So select this one, enter the value of 8 millimeters. Now here the thickness is 13.03. Select these two lines, enter the value of 13.03 millimeters. Now from this center line up to here, it is 140 divided by 2. Select this line and this line. 140 divided by 2. This will be 70. Now this thickness is also 8 mm. From here to here, this one is 8 mm. Now you can see our sketch is fully defined. This is 26.97, but we need not to create this one because it will be over defined. Now go to mirror entities. Select entities to mirror. Simply drag your cursor and select all these entities. Now mirror about. Select this axis like this. Now click here OK. Now you can see we have created this main cross section. Now I will extrude it about 450 millimeters. For that, go to Features. Select here Extrude Boss Base. Now enter the value of 450 millimeters like this. And select this cross section, these two cross sections. You can see it is showing the preview. Now I will select here midplane like this. Now click here OK. You can see we have created this part number 2, which is base, in which our slider will rotate or move in linear direction. Now in the next step, we will create our part number 3. Now we will create our part number 3, which is this part. Later on when we will do motion study, we will assign rotary motion to this part, which will finally transfer this rotary motion to our slider body so that it will slide into our base guideways. Now let me exit this sketch. Now go to File, select here New. Now click here OK. Now let me switch to plain white. Now this is our part number 3. You can see I will approach from this side. First I will create 20 millimeters of dia circle. Then I will extrude it up to 91 millimeters. After that I will create another circle. Then I will extrude it up to 10 millimeters. After that I will create another circle of diameter 40 millimeters. Then I will extrude it up to a thickness of 13.5, or you can simply say from here 20 millimeters. So let's get started. Select here front plane, click here normal to. Now select here the sketch. Now select center point circle. Now create a circle, go to smart dimension. Its dia will be 20 millimeters. So enter the value of 20 millimeters. Now go to features, select here extrude boss base and enter the value of 91 millimeters. From here, this distance is 91 millimeters. Now click here OK. Now select this face. Again click here normal to. Now select here sketch. Now I will create another circle, which is this one of dia 34 millimeters. You can see it is mentioned here. So select your circle, snap the center point, create a circle. Now go to smart dimension, enter the value of 34 millimeters like this. Now its extrude distance will be 10 millimeters. Now go to features, select your extrude boss base, enter the value of 10 millimeters. Now direction is good, what I want. Now click here OK. Now again select this face, normal to, sketch, select circle command. Now create a circle of diameters 40 millimeter up to this 20 millimeter thickness. Select this point. Now go to smart dimension, create a circle of 40 millimeters, enter the value of 40 millimeters, click here OK. Now go to features tab, select here extrude boss base and enter the value of 20 millimeters. Now click here OK. Now again select this face, normal to, sketch, select circle command and create a circle of diameters 20 millimeters and use its thickness is 1 millimeter. So create a circle, go to smart dimension, enter the value of 20 millimeters. Now go to features, select extrude boss base, enter the value of thickness here 1 millimeters, 1 mm. Now click here OK. Now you can see we have created our base section. Now I will create this one, or you can say let me create this one first, this upper body. For that I will sketch on this face, not on this one. I will select this face, normal to and sketch. Now I will create one circle. So go to circle command, create a circle. Now go to smart dimension. Its dimensions are you can see 30 millimeters dia. Select the circle, enter the value of 30 millimeters. Now I will add some constraints. Select this center point, control select this center point and make them vertical. Now I have to assign its height from the center point. For that you can see here from center to center it is 90 millimeters. Now select this center and this center. This distance is 90 millimeters like this. Now go to features, select your extrude boss base. Now I have to assign thickness, which is, you can see we have created our circle here. So I will extrude it in two directions. First one will be behind this, or no, I will extrude it in two directions. First one will be the right direction and other one will be the left direction. You can see in the right side it has a thickness of 13.5 millimeters and in the left it has a thickness of 48 minus 13.5 millimeters. So you can see it's showing the direction in the left side. So enter the value of here 48 minus 13.5 millimeters. You can see 48 minus this thickness. Now select here direction 2. Direction 2 will be 13.5 millimeters. Now click here OK. Now you can see we have created this body. Now we have to create this midsection. For that I will select this face and normal to, and sketch. Now select the circumference and click here convert entities. Now first I will select here center line and create a center line from here to here onwards. Now select here offset entities. You can see thickness is 20 millimeters, so I will use here bidirectional and enter the value of 10 mm and select this. So this whole thickness is 20 millimeters, 10 mm from this midline. Now go to trim entities. Now trim this portion, go to trim entities, trim this portion and this portion. Now again, let me select this circle again, convert entities. Now select here trim entities, trim these portions. Now we have to apply thickness up to this surface. You can add thickness up to this surface, or you can enter the value of 13.5 millimeters. Now go to features, select here extrude boss base. Now let me select the cross section. You can see now opposite direction and select here up to the surface. Now I will select this surface of this boss. You can see it is showing the preview. Now click here OK. Now in this way we can create our part number 3. You can see. Now we will, in the next step, we will create our part number 4. Now we will create this part number 4, which is a rod which connects the moving body and the body which is driving body and the driven body. Now let me exit this sketch. Now go to file, select here new. Now click here OK, part. Now plain white, and this is our sketch drawing. Now first I will create these two circular cross sections and extrude them. At last I will create this mid section of thickness 5 millimeters about mid axis. Now first I will create, so select here front plane to sketch. Now select here center line and create a center line like this, horizontal center line. Now its length will be 282.23 millimeters. Now go to smart dimension. This distance will be 282.23 millimeters. Now create two circles of dia 30 and 36.5. Now select circle command, create two concentric circles. Now go to a smart dimension. This one will be 30 and the outer one will be of 36.5 dia. Now again select here circle command, create two circles here also which are concentric. Now go to smart dimensions. Here dimensions are 15 and 25. Inner one is of 15. Enter the value of 15 mm. Select this outer one. Its dimensions are 25 millimeters. Now we will extrude these two sketches one at a time because their thickness are different. Here the thickness is 20 millimeters and here the thickness is 25 millimeters. So I will select each set at a time. Now go to features, select here extrude boss base. Now expand this selected contours and select this section. Now select here mid plane and enter the value of 20 millimeters. Like this. Now click here OK. Now expand this and select this sketch and make it visible. Now select here extrude boss base. Now select this, any of these sketches. Now clear section and select this section. You can see the preview. Now select here mid plane and distance will be of 25 millimeters. Like this from mid plane. Make sure you check your merge results. Now let me hide this sketch. Now I will select again this front plane, normal to and sketch. Now select center line and create a center line of same distance 28.23 from center to center. Now I will create offset of 6 mm on both sides. For that, select here offset entities, select here bidirectional and enter the value of 6 mm. Now select this line like this. Now click here OK. Now select this section and this outer circle edge and convert entities. Now go to trim entities and trim these portions. If you want, you can trim this portion too, but I need not to trim this. There is no need to trim this. Now I will extrude it up to a distance of 5 mm from midplane. Now go to features, select here extrude boss base, enter the thickness of 5 mm. Now select here midplane. Now I have to select the cross section, select this cross section. You can see the preview. Now click here OK. You can see we have created our connecting rod or rod which connects the driven and the driven member. Now in the next step, we will create our part number 5, which is the main body. Now we will create our part number 5, which is our main sliding body or driven member. You can see this is our main body, which is going to slide in the base, guide base. Now let's design this body, and I'm going to use, let me go through this is our drawing, part number 5. You can see all these dimensions are in millimeters. Now let me go through the select here file, create, select part, create, OK, click OK. Now select here plain white. Now go to sketch, select here front plane to sketch. Now you can see first I'm going to create this section of ours. Now at last we will create these fillets. Now select your center line, create one center line in vertical direction. Now its length will be 70 mm. Enter the value of 70 mm like this. Let me drag this side. Now again select a line command. Now I will create one half profile, then I will mirror it along this center line axis, this which I have created right now. Now select a line command and create this half profile like this and up to this and close this sketch. Now I will assign some dimensions. Now go to smart dimensions. From here to here it is 70 mm, so I need not to design this. Assign this. Now this will be 60 divided by 2 or 30 mm like this, and this height is 60 mm from here to here. Now this thickness is here 10 mm and from center it is 70 mm. Now this thickness is here 10, sorry, this is also already 10. I have to assign from here to here. This will be 70 mm like this. Now it is fully defined. Now select here mirror entities and drag cursor and select all these entities. Now select here mirror about and select this axis, center line axis like this. Now go to feature, select here extrude boss base. Now select here mid plane like this. Now I have to assign the length, which is 200 mm. Now enter the value of 200 mm like this. Now click here OK. Now I will add some chamfers. You can see we have to create 2 chamfers on this and this edge, and the radius is 15 mm. Now go to, it will be fillet, not chamfer. Now go to fillet, select this edge and this edge and enter the value of 15 millimeters. Fillet radius. Now click here OK. You can see the fillet is created. Now I have to create two chamfers on these two edges. In this bottom edge, now go to fillet, expand this and select here chamfer. Now its dimensions are 2 mm thickness and 45-degree angle. Make sure you select here angle and distance, enter the value of 2 mm and angle is already set 45 degree. So I will select these two edges like this. Now click here OK. Now I will create these 6 rollers. So I will select this face and normal to and select a sketch. Now create one circle and its dimensions are 10 millimeters dia. Select the circle, go to smart dimension, enter the value of 10 mm. Now I have to assign distance from this base or this top or side. Now go to smart dimension, from this left side it is 25 millimeters. Select this side edge and this center, this is 25 millimeters, and from top it is 14.5 mm. Select this center, select this top edge, this is 14.5 millimeters like this. Now go to features, select here extrude. Now I have to specify the height of extrusion. For that you can see here it is 15 millimeters. Enter the value of 15 millimeters like this. Now click here OK. Now select here linear pattern. Now select this edge. This will be the direction and entities will be 3 and spacing. Now we have to specify the spacing on each of them. And now to know the spacing, you can calculate it from here. You can see its center and its center are vertical, and from here this edge to this center it is 100 mm, and from here to this center it is 25 millimeters. So center to center distance will be 75 millimeters. Now enter the value of 75 millimeters. Entities will be 3 and I have selected this direction, this edge as a direction. Now click here. Make sure you select here spacing and equidistance. Now click here OK. Now expand this section and select here mirror entities. Now I will select this right plane to mirror and features will be this linear pattern. Now click here OK. You can see we have created all 6 cylinders. Now I have to create this section, this one. For that I will sketch on this face, but while extrusion I will, instead of selecting from sketch plane, I will make it a offset of 52 point, or I will extrude it after offset of 52.5 millimeters. So let me select this face and normal to and sketch. Now I will create one center line like this. Now create one circle, create 2 circles of dia 15 and 25. Now go to select smart dimension, select this one will be of dia 15 millimeters and this outer one will be of dia 25 millimeters. Now select line command and create 2 lines up to this point like this. Again select line command up to here and close this sketch. looks like it has taken a tangent relationship by default. Delete this relationship and drag this up to here. Now from this base to this center it is 21.94. Now go to smart dimension, snap this center, snap this edge. This will be 21.94 like this. Now go to feature, select here extrude boss base and select this section and this one. Now direction will be opposite. Now I will select here offset and offset distance from this edge, because I have created the sketch on this edge. So offset distance will be 52.5 millimeters and extrusion thickness will be 5 millimeters. So enter the value of 52.50. Direction will be opposite like this and thickness will be 5 millimeters like this. You can see we need not to create any reference plane. Now click here OK. Now I will mirror this using right plane. Select right plane, expand this and select mirror. Now select this feature, boss extrude and click here OK. You can see we have created this part number 5. Now in the next step we will create part number 6. This is our part number 6. We will create this part with the help of this drawing. So let me exit this sketch. Go to file, select here new, select part, click here OK. Now select here front plane, normal to and sketch. First I will sketch these two circles of radius 10 mm and 45 mm. Then I will extrude it up to a thickness of 10 millimeters. Now select circle command, create two circles. Now go to smart dimension. This inner one is of 10 mm dia and this outer one is of 45 millimeters dia like this. Now go to extrude, select here extrude boss base and select here mid plane. Enter the value of 10 mm. Now click here OK. Now we have created our last part, which is part number 6. Now in next step we will do the assembly and add motion to our assembly. Now we will assemble all our components and do some motion analysis so that we can get our required motion. So let me first exit this assembly. Now I'm going to use these drawings because we require some distances so that our motion will be smooth and proper. Now go to file, select here new and select here assembly. Now I will add each and every part step by step and assemble it. So select here insert components. First we have to make two parts grounded or fixed, this part number 1 and this part number 2. First I am going to select this part number 2 and import it. Now let me change it like this. Now you can see this part is fixed because it is not moving. If you want it to be big float, you can right click and select your float. But I want it to be fixed. So now I will select this part number 2, which is this part number 1. Now import it like this. Now I have to assign some distances and constraints. Now go to mate and I want this bottom face and its top face to be parallel always. Now let me go through the drawing so that you can Now you can see this part number 1 is its other face is coincident to this base part. Now I will select this face and this face and make them coincident. You can see these two faces are coincident now. You can see. Now click here OK. Now if you want to have a closer look, you can select this face and normal too. You can see our face is coincident, but we have to assign one dimension because there is a gap, you can see here. Now for that you can see here. Now go to mate, select this face and this face. Now select your distance. Now I have to enter the distance of 2.89 millimeters. Enter the value of 2.89 like this. Now click here OK. Now again select these two faces, this one and this one. Now again click here distance. Now distance is 99.32. Enter the value of 99.32 millimeters like this. Now click here OK. Now we have fully defined this. It is fully defined. We need not to make it fixed because it is fully defined. Now we will add some other components, import some other components. Now go to insert components. Now component 3 like this. Now we have to assign some dimensions, some mates like this. You can see this part will be concentric to this one. Now select this part, select your mate and select this, make them concentric. Now click here OK. Now let me drag this component like this. Now select this face and this face and make them coincident. Now click here coincident and click here OK. Now exit this mate command. Now let me drag this. You can see we can move this like in this way 360 degree. Now I will import another component which is our connecting rod or rod like this. Now we have to make these two cylinders concentric. Exit this and select this surface, select your mate and select this surface and make them concentric relation like this. Now let me drag this like this. Now I will select this face and this other face of this rod, make them coincident. You can see. This face is made to this face. Now exit this mate command. Now you can see it is move. This component can move in 360 direction and this rod can also move in 360 direction, 360 degree like this. You can see. Now we have to assign. Now we will import another component which is our main body. Now this is our part number 5. Now I will rotate it like this. Like this. Now go to mates. Now select this inside cylinder section and this inside cylinder section. We have to make both concentric. Click here, concentric. Now click here, OK. Now we want this our body to be in the mid like this, or you can say we have to add one width mate. First go to mate command. Now expand this advanced mate. Now select here width mate. Now select this face and this face, this face and this face like this. You can see. Now click here, OK. Now exit this mate command. Now you can see our assembly can move, this main body can move in 360 degree. Now we have to assign one more constraint. Now go to mate command. Now select this face and this face and mate them coincident. Now you can see so let me now select this body and I will suppress it temporarily. Now insert components. Now select this part number 6 and import it. Now select this face, select here mate command. Now select this one, make them concentric relation. Now click here, OK. Let me drag this like this. Now select this face and this face, make them coincident like this. Now exit this mate command. Now select here linear pattern. Now select this axis and distance will be 75 and entities will be 3 and components to pattern will be this part number 6. Direction will be opposite like this, you can see. Now click here, OK. Now select here, expand this linear component pattern and select here mirror end components. Now I will select these 3 components to mirror and mirror plane will be, I will expand this part number 6 and I will expand this part number 5 and I will select its plane to mirror, which is a right plane exactly at the mid. Let me now move on this arrow. Now click here, OK. You can see the preview. Now you can see it is as I wanted. Now let me unsuppress this part number 2. Now you can see. Now I will add some motion analysis. For that, go to this gear icon and this arrow bar. Now select here add-ins. Now check here Solidworks motion. Now go to motion study. Now select here animation. Now select here motor and select this surface and enter the value of 20 RPM. Now click here OK. Now let me rotate it to a proper position. Expand this. Now click here calculate. You can see we have added successfully this motion relationship, or we have created this rolling slider mechanism. Now if you want, you can see when the motion starts, it automatically switches to a proper position no matter in which position I rest it. You can see it automatically. That's because I have expand this, and you can see right click on this orientation and it is unchecked, disable playback of view keys. Means by default it is playing in the default orientation. If you want it not to play in the default orientation, click on this disable playback of view keys. Now you can see in what orientation I am resting it, it will play on that orientation. Now suppose I have rotated it in this position. Now I will play this. Now you can see it is playing in this position, not switching to the default position. So this is the trick which you can use. So if you like this video, please subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any videos. Thank you.